YouTube, it's Monica, and today I want to talk about putting together a custom curriculum for your kids. I figure if you're going to do homeschool, you should make custom curriculums if at all possible, because what's the point of doing cookie cutter education when you're at home unless you happen to have 10 kids and it's just impossible and you have to get a boxed curriculum. So I'm a big advocate of customized curriculum. So you need to figure out a couple things. So you know your kids, and maybe you just pulled them out of school and you don't really know where they're at, but pretty soon you're gonna know. You're gonna know what challenges your kids. You're gonna know, you know, what's gonna overwhelm them. You're gonna know. Okay, so you know where to start. You already know that. Then you need to know how much time do you have. Well, I say you have about 40 weeks. Now we spread that out throughout the whole year. We don't take 3 months off. I think that's crazy. We don't do that in adult life, so why would I raise my child to think that that's normal? I think that's depressing. You have 3 months off throughout your whole childhood and your young adult life, and then all of a sudden you're an adult and you don't have time off anymore, and that's depressing. So I don't want to raise my kids with that kind of expectation. I want to balance life a little more. But anyway, I'm planning for 40 weeks. If I end up having spare time, I will just find other educational stuff to do, but I think I'm already being a little bit of an overachiever because 9 months would be more like 36 weeks, right? 9 months of school, 3 months off. So 9 months would be 36 weeks. So I said 40 weeks of school. I planned for that. Okay, so I know how much time I have, and 12 weeks off. So then you got to say, well, what do I need to learn? So you know where you're starting. You know where your kids are at. So what I would say is you need to really take time, and this could take a couple weeks. You're gonna say, where do I want my kids to be at what age? So my goal for my kids, and this is my family, and you need to think of your own goals, is by the time they're 14, I want them to be capable of entering community college. Because they can where I live, and I want them to have the opportunity. Whether or not that happens, I want it to be a possibility. So I said, well, what are they gonna need to know? Where do they need to be at? And then I worked backwards. I said, okay, we can accomplish this in that year. I worked backwards, and I said, okay, this is what I need to accomplish this year. And then obviously every year I'm gonna reevaluate, because maybe I'll find next year that was unrealistic, or maybe as the year goes on, I will find that I was underestimating them, although I tend to be the other way around. But you know, you might find that you're underestimating your kids, and you could do a little more. So you're gonna work backwards. You're gonna figure out where you think they should be at the end of their education, and work backwards. And this is all just to give you some structure and guidance, and you're gonna reevaluate every year. So it's not like set in stone, you know. So it's gonna give you some guidance. So you're gonna have about 36 to 40 weeks. I did 40. Because realistically, there's holidays you're taking off. During the summer when all their friends are off, you might go to the beach a little more than you would in the winter. Well, we live by the beach. Or you might, you know, whatever. You might do picnics or whatever. And have some fun. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the 40-week plan that I put together. It's an outline. Some things are detailed, some things are not. So, for example, we have a couple math books that I bought at the homeschool convention that I made a video about. And I actually did go through and said, you know, I want to cover this many pages throughout the year, and I broke it down week by week. And I'll tell you, on a week-to-week basis, it makes my life so much easier. I'm only on week 2, but so far I'm really liking it, and I'll let you guys know as the year progresses. Maybe I'll make 1 or 2 updates to let you know how this system is working. But here's what I have so far. Here's what we have. Here's my little, so each of these squares is a week. And it's like an outline. So my daughter's blue. She's only 5. She has a little less. My daughter's pink, sorry. My son's blue. And things that they do together are green. And you can create, you know, whatever you want to make it something that you can wrap your brain around, because it is a big endeavor to make a curriculum for a whole year. So this is literally, there's 40 weeks. I mean, this is, it's blurry. Anyway, that's 36. Oh no, it's not. So it must have been 16, 20. Okay, so it's literally 40 weeks. And here's just, these are some notes, you know, that I had just to help me. Because I made a list of all the things I wanted them to accomplish throughout the year. Okay, so there that goes. So I will kind of zoom in here on week 1 a little bit. It gives you an idea. It includes, you definitely, every day you want to have your reading, your writing, and your math, right? Like the basics. And, but it also includes science, it includes history, it includes some art, it includes some music. And it's just an outline, it just gives you guidance. So I took this outline here and I made these cards. So for each child, this is my daughter, this is my son, week 2, week 2. I put the dates up here. I may not continue doing it. And I put the days of the week, but I think what I'm going to start doing is saying day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. And the reason why is because you can easily take a day off during the week, and then the day 5 is going to be day 1 of the next week. So it's a little confusing to do it like this. It might be confusing anyway, but for me it's helping actually. So anyway, what I do is as they do stuff, I just check it off, and I'm starting to write the date on it. I wasn't doing that at first. This is last week. This is the stuff that we didn't exactly always get to, the highlighted stuff we didn't get to. Again, my son's not, 8, so he wanted to learn to type, but he didn't get to it every day, and it's not the end of the world. So you kind of have your priorities. You know, you're going to do the 3 R's first, and then obviously I would say like history is probably more important than typing. I have spelling every day. So I think, 4 out of 5 days of spelling is pretty good. Things like that. And then, what I might do is if I do everything today on these, I might go over here and say, let's do that. We missed it last week, so let's do it. For me, this really helps. And I know a lot of people need structure. It's just too hard to think of things on the fly. And I was thinking of things on the fly, but my kids are little. And when they're really little, that's easy to do, to think of things on the fly, because they don't have to do that much. But as they get bigger, it's harder to think of things on the fly, at least for me, and I think a lot of people are the same way. So this can be really helpful. So you just make like a master plan and decide you're going to make 30 weeks, 35 weeks, 40 weeks. I did 40, and just plan it out. And then you could say, I will feel good if we've accomplished this year. And then you kind of know, like, okay, I think we're going to accomplish it. Or like for me with a couple of those things, like I don't think missing that one spelling is really going to put a dent in things. And if I really am worried about it, I can make up for that on Saturday or Sunday. I'm really worried about it. So if there's 40 weeks in the school year, then there has to be 12 weeks off. That makes 52. And, obviously there's 5 days in a week. So I have a little spot for notes. We took like a day and a half off last week, and we did a little on Saturday, to kind of make up. It just sort of helps me keep track, and so I'm making sure that I don't take too many days off. I should probably make a note of which actual days these were in this section here too. So anyway. That's it for now, guys. I hope that was helpful. I'm not sure if it was helpful or confusing, but I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments. If you have any suggestions, please also write those in the comments. And thumbs up if you like the video, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.